Everybody, welcome to another exclusive AnglersChannel.com video here with Anglers Channel Pro staffer Rob Dye, host of the famous Outdoor Rush TV show here in the Charlotte area. And you know, it's post-Labor Day, Rob, and you know, we talked about it down at Sportsman's Warehouse before Labor Day. Post-Labor Day means regionals and championships. And this Saturday it really kicks off with the Carolinas Bass Challenge North Carolina division is going to be on Lake Wylie on Saturday, going out of Ebenezer. That's a big, big deal. I think there's a boat, motor trailer package that's won at that thing. We got the U.S. Open going on out west at Lake Mead in Nevada, which I think we flew right over going into ICAST. So, you know, it's starting to crank up. Temperatures have been a little hot this week, so let's start there. Hot temperatures, mid-September, Lake Wylie, Carolinas Bass Challenge, a lot on the line. What does that mean?
Yeah, John, just the weather has been extremely hot. It's been close to 100 degrees, and we hadn't had any rain in the past couple weeks. The lakes are starting to be drawn down. The water's getting clearer. The fishing's getting a little bit tougher. The lakes are starting to turn over, so conditions are not perfect, you know, to go out and catch a big bag of fish. It's going to be a tough tournament on Lake Wylie, but, you know, 14, 15 pounds is going to win that thing down there.
All right, now let me ask you this. With all the water that they're starting to pull, what does that do to everybody's strategy?
Well, you know, most of the time you can go during the week, they're pulling water, the fish bite a little better, and you go on Saturday and it's completely dead. But that clears the water up. You're going to have to do more finesse type fishing, maybe a little bit deeper, lighter line. It's going to be a lot harder to go out there and catch a big bass because the big bass are going to be harder to fool in that clear water, John.
So quality's always difficult at Wylie, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult this weekend.
Oh, definitely. The water's a lot clearer than it normally is, and like I say, just the warm temps have really heated the water up, and a lot of the lake is turned over, and it's going to be a tough tournament.
I'll tell you what, we've been posting the last couple of days results from the U.S. Open out west on Lake Mead, and Vance McCullough's been really following that down in Florida for us. And, you know, one thing you were commenting on earlier, we think Lake Wylie's tough. Imagine fishing Lake Mead in 110-degree weather every day.
Yeah, it would be really tough, and I know that water out there is clear, John. So
that'd be gin clear.
But I think maybe they're getting some rainstorms out there today, so it might be a better day for those guys today.
Well, I tell you, there's a big crowd out there. You know, that's turned into a pretty good tournament every year. And then obviously coming up down the road in the next couple of weeks, we got, I believe, another regional for the Carolinas Bass Challenge for the South Carolina division, plus championships for some of the other team trails that we covered this past spring and early summer. I mean, a lot going on. You know, for guys that didn't make the championships and are still working on their technique, working on just different areas on how to improve their tournament game, this time of year, what are 2 or 3 of the baits that you really know you've got to have mastered to be competitive going into the fall?
Well, John, it's you know, we've talked about it before, it's kind of reversed from the spring, and somewhat the fish don't move quite as shallow in the fall year. They follow the bait around. You catch them in the backs of the creeks, but they pull the water down so the fish don't have quite as much to hang on to. And you need to master a spinner bait and a top water. That's going to be one of the 2 key lures coming up through these fall months. And they're just 2 lures that you really got to concentrate on. A Zara spook and any kind of popping top water is a great lure. Even a prop bait, you know, I couldn't think there for a minute. Prop bait is awesome this time of year. So you got to get those top waters out and the spinner baits and run the backs of these pockets and creeks. And that's where those fish are going to be because the shad is migrating in the backs of those things, John. And that's where majority of these fish are going to be caught at.
Well, man, that's really, really good stuff. And I gather you're fishing Saturday?
Yes, I am. Me and my partner, we're going to be there, and we're going to be ready.
All right. Well, hey, we look forward to hearing the results of that, and we'll have those posted on Anglers Channel. And, Robbie, it's been a good year. You know, a lot of good tournaments, a lot of good numbers. There's a couple more trails coming out next year. I was just contacted today by the Alabama Bass Trail. They're putting on a great team trail next year down there. 10,000 cash, guaranteed first place every single tournament.
Yeah, John, you know, I think they've put some tournaments on even last year, but it's a great organization, a lot of great lakes down there. you're gonna see some big fish brought in on that trail.
Oh, there's no question. Hey, man, good seeing you. It's been a quiet summer, deservingly so. We all had a extremely busy spring and early summer. Best of luck to you on Saturday, and folks, we'll catch up with Rob next week.